I need you to stop being so aspirational in your packing. We all think we are going to be someone new, someone better when we go on vacation, and look, you can be, but this kind of thinking is why you are packing 4,000 outfits and paying $175 to check your luggage. And be honest, you don't even wear half of what you put in that bag, do you? In this video, I am going to share the exact system I use to get 10 days in one carry-on, so you can ditch the baggage claim and get onto your trip sooner. So let's get into it. But before we do, hit that subscribe button if you're ready to stop traveling like an extra and start traveling like the main character. Friends, I would like to introduce you to my packing system. The system that has seen me through trips to Iceland, Rwanda, Uganda, Kenya, Indonesia, Alaska, you name it. I invented it and I named it DAMM. It just kind of came out that way, honestly. DAMM stands for Days, Activities, Moments, and Movement. And it's really simple. Here's how it works. You're gonna start by listing out your days, the number of days that you need to cover. Then you're gonna list out all of the activities, all of the fun things that you're gonna do on this trip. Next, list out any moments, so things like photo shoots or special events that you need to look really great for. And then you need to highlight the movements. These are transit days and days where you're gonna need activewear. Now, once you have all of these listed out on your days, you're gonna go through and assign theoretical outfits. So what do you need for each one of those activities on those days? Then we're gonna go back through and look for opportunities to double up. You can get multiple wears out of pants, athletic tops, casual dresses, and you can wash underwear and bras. This system, I promise you, will get you at least 7 days in a carry-on, and I've even gone up to 10. So let's go through it together. We're gonna sit down and plan packing for an actual upcoming trip. By the way, if you want my help packing for your actual trips, I have a very exciting announcement for you. I am launching the Average Girls Club. This is a membership program where I am going to be helping you plan your actual trips. Seriously. So make sure you're subscribed because I'm gonna be opening the doors to that this May and you wanna get in as a founding member, trust me. Okay, normally I would do this on a piece of paper, but I'm actually gonna do it on my computer this time so that you can follow along a little bit easier. And I'm just gonna do this in a notes app. Okay, so I'm going to plan all my packing for my trip to Scotland. I'm really grateful that we are doing this together because I need to get this done anyway. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Now I'm cross-referencing with my itinerary on TripIt. This makes it really easy for me to know exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna be there for 9 days, okay? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oops, I can type. Okay, cool. So day 1 is a transit day. Cool. Transiting, flying to Glasgow. Glasgow. Please don't come at me for my pronunciation of Scottish areas. Okay, thank you. So that is day 1. You can also put dates if it's helpful for you. I'm not gonna do dates just because I don't want you all knowing exactly when I'm there. Safety. 1 day in Glasgow. So this is gonna be like a city day. I'm just gonna put like city as my activity. Okay, then we've got transit day. Train ride to Fort William. Okay, then we are doing the Jacobite steam train. Very excited about that. The Jacobite steam train, if you're not familiar, is like what they use to film the Hogwarts Express. So I'm excited to take that. The next day is a transit day. We are being picked up for a tour to the Isle of Skye. I'm just gonna put iOS, okay. Then we've got Isle of Skye, full day, and then transit day to Edinburgh. Edinburgh, yes. And then we're in Edinburgh, and then transit home. Cool, okay, now I know exactly what I'm doing for all of these days. Now I can go in and I'm gonna look at like, all right, so this is a transit day, we've got a city day, this is a transit day, this is gonna be just kind of like a city outfit, right? City-ish outfit. Okay, then Isle of Skye, we're gonna be like hiking. hiking comfort. And then Isle of Skye, hiking, transit day, and then Edinburgh, we got city, and then transit home, transit clothes. Awesome. So for my transit clothes, I typically bring one change of clothes like into some comfies, and then like whatever I want to wear between like changing time and arrival time. So I will bring my sweatpants, shirt, those are my comfies, but then I'm also gonna like wear probably like jeans, shirt to the actual airport. And then I'll change like right before I board the plane. That way I'm not in the same clothes all day long, and I'll bring like a change of underwear. So I'll just put back on the clothes that I wore to the airport, but I'll change my underwear. Glasgow City, I will probably wear the same pair of jeans. I'm gonna wear like jeans, shirt, socks, sneakers, and like some kind of jacket. For a transit day, I can probably honestly get away with those jeans again. Jeans, shirt, socks, sneakers, jacket. For the steam train, I'm probably gonna come up with, this is probably gonna be like a moment. Okay, so this I'm just gonna write moment. Okay, here we have another transit day. So for transit clothes, you can wear jeans. I also really love these Athleta pants. These are the Brooklyn joggers. I'm obsessed with them. So I'll probably wear my Brooklyn pants, and then like shirt, maybe my fleece jacket. Hiking. Okay, so this I'm gonna want like a waterproof boot or something, so some kind of boot. And then we're gonna do like hiking pant, hiking shirt, and the jacket. Awesome. Then we're back in our transit day, so that I'm probably gonna put back on the Brooklyn pants, a new shirt, fleece, jacket. And then when we're back in Edinburgh, we got the city. So this will probably be jeans again, shirt, socks, sneakers, jacket. However, we are gonna do like a high tea at the Balmoral. So I think for that, that will be another moment. So I'm gonna put moment 2. I'm gonna add moment 1. And then we have transit home. So this, we're probably gonna have back on jeans, shirt to airport, and then sweatpants, shirt. All right, so now I'm gonna take this list and I'm gonna write out just like all the sweatpants, all the instances of like sweatpants, shirts, yada, yada, yada. So we've got sweatpants. And there are, let's see, how many times does that show up? 1, just 2. Okay, 2 times. Then we're gonna do jeans. How many times does that show up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So I might want 2 pairs of jeans. 3, how many shirts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shirts. And then we need the jacket's the same. Socks, we're looking at probably 9 pairs. Overlay pants, that's separate. It needs my jacket probably 1. And then we need, jeans are 4, okay, and then moments. So there's a moment 1 and a moment 2. Moments, I tend not to like do the same moment for all of them. Like I'll have separate moments. But you can see now, if I were to pack individual items for every single one of these activities, I'm gonna be way over my limit. But I have a great opportunity to share in the shirts and in the jeans and probably in the sweatpants. So I'm gonna pack one pair of sweatpants. I'm gonna pack 2 pairs of jeans. For shirts, I'm gonna pack 4 shirts. I'm taking my Brooklyn pants. I'm also gonna take hiking pants, hiking shirt, my fleece, my jacket, and my moment 1 and my moment 2. So the next thing I would do is go through and assign what those actual items are. And this is when I'm gonna utilize like a rent the runway service to get those moments. So I'm getting some like really clear vision that I want. Everything else will likely come from my closet, the things I already have. So I'm saving money here by not like panic shopping for a bunch of things that I think I need. Now it's Scotland, so I'm probably gonna need a couple of other specialty items like an umbrella and like probably take some rain boots. And of course I need to add in my pajamas, but otherwise like this will do me when it comes to clothes. Now the DAMM system works great for your clothes, but you still need to pack your toiletries. And when it comes to toiletries on travel, we are simplifying, okay? Look, I love a 10-step skincare routine. I really do. I'm 40 years old. This is all like lotion, retinol, sunscreen, but I don't do it when I'm traveling. When I'm traveling, it's face wash, lotion, sunscreen, maybe a mini eye cream. Everything else stays at home. The retinol, the vitamin C, I will take like a jet lag face mask, but anything else stays at home. A lot of that stuff, like it's too expensive to take with me. I'm afraid that it's gonna get confiscated or it's gonna like burst in my travel bag and I'm gonna lose it. So I just don't wanna have to worry about it. And it's a chance for my skin to just kind of like take a breather and relax a little bit. Now our toiletries are slimmed down. What about our makeup? My trick here with makeup is to buy minis or travel sets, okay? We are not going on The Bachelor. We are not going on Love is Blind. We don't need like full TV makeup when we're traveling. Foundation, blush, little like mini concealer maybe, mini mascara, good eye palette, eyeliner, makeup setting spray. It's all you really need. And if you're looking for a good makeup remover, may I recommend a magic eraser. I love this little thing. It's so tiny, you don't even know you have it on you, and all you need is a little bit of hot water and the makeup comes right off. Okay, now if you've gotten to this point of the video and you're like, okay, clothes, I'll buy that. Toiletries, sure, I'll buy that. But Annie, it's the shoes. I have to check a bag because I'm bringing so many pairs of shoes. No, you're not. Okay, no. You get 3 pairs, okay? You get 3 pairs of shoes. You can do this, I promise you can do this. 3 pairs of shoes. First pair of shoes is a pair of sneakers, walking shoes, whatever. Those are gonna go on your feet, like for transit. You're gonna wear those to the airport. I've talked about closed-toed shoes before. A lot of people wear sandals. I don't understand it. Look, if there's an emergency and you have to evacuate, you wanna be like running across the tarmac with, you know, hot burning gas on the tarmac in sandals? Nope, you don't. Also, you know, they don't really clean the carpets on the airplanes and then your feet are down there. Just wear shoes. Wear like actual closed-toed shoes, okay? Sneakers, these are going on your feet for transit. Please, please. Okay, then you get 1 pair of non-sneaker shoes. These could be like your ballet flat or your loafer, or like your, you know, semi-dress shoe that you're gonna be wearing out most of the time, going to dinner or whatever. If you're packing for business, like this is your like day-to-day loafer. And then you get 1 dealer's choice. All right, this might be like your flip-flop, your sandal, your high heel if you're gonna be going out. This is where, remember when we went through our packing system and we found ways to double up? You gotta take your shoe choice into account here, okay? Which of your 3 shoes are you assigning to each of these outfits? Because you only get 3 if you wanna go carry-on only. Now, I will give you 1 exception to this rule, 1 exception. And that exception is if you are going like hiking or you're gonna be in a rainy climate, okay, you need like a rain boot. So if you need something that's like really specialized, okay, I might argue that that's your like 3rd dealer's choice shoe. But if you take like that and a flip-flop, I'm not gonna be mad at you, okay? If you take multiple pairs of hiking boots, maybe not, okay? Maybe not. Okay, comments, questions, what do you got for me? Leave them down below. And if you want more packing tips, I recommend you go watch this video next. Until next time, go create a life you love. Bye.